Chapter 6. Physical and Chemical Changes. Let's begin. Changes take place around us all the time. In our daily lives, we observe a variety of changes take place around us, turning day into night, cooking of food, growing of babies into adults, respiration, digestion of food, stretching of rubber band, breaking of glass, ripening of fruits, spoiling of food, and so on. From the given examples of changes, it is quite evident that some of the changes involve change in physical property of substance such as shape, size, color, and state. Other involve change in their chemical properties. Thus, depending on the nature of change, it can be broadly classified into physical changes and chemical changes. Let us study about them in detail. Physical changes. When there is a change in the state, shape, size and color of the substance, it is called physical changes. Such changes do not involve the formation of new substances. Physical changes may or may not be reversible in nature. Let us understand with the help of a few examples. When water is kept in the freezer, it changes into ice. When ice is kept out and open, it will change back to water. This changing of water into ice and then back to the water represents the change of state caused by the change in temperature. Such a reversible change where water changes its form is called physical change. So, we can say that the change where matter changes its form without any change in its chemical composition is called physical change. Let us perform some activities to understand more about physical changes. Some other examples of physical changes. Cutting or tearing of paper. If we cut or tear a paper into pieces, no new substance is formed. Every piece of paper has the same properties and composition as the original substance. However, this physical change cannot be reversed. So, it is a permanent and irreversible physical change. Chopping of fruits and vegetables. Chopping fruits and vegetables into pieces does not result in the formation of new kind of substance. Since chopped pieces cannot be joined together to get a fruit in its original state, so it is also a permanent and irreversible physical change. Mixing salt in water. Salt dissolves in water quickly and taste of water gets changed. Water now tastes salty. Still, it is considered as physical change because salt does not lose its basic properties. When we heat the salty solution, we can recover the salt and water. Thus, mixing of salt or sugar in water is a temporary and reversible physical change. Melting of ice cream. When ice cream melts, it changes into liquid form. If we keep this liquid into a freezer, we can get back the original ice cream. In this case, only physical state of ice cream undergoes the change. Hence, melting of ice cream is a temporary and reversible physical change. Boiling of water. Water on boiling forms steam or vapors. If we keep a plate over the vapors, they get condensed and form the water droplets. Thus, boiling of water is a temporary and reversible physical change. Characteristics of physical changes. In a physical change, no new substance is formed. For example, melting of ice forms water, thus no new substance is formed during melting. In a physical change, substance can undergo change in shape, size, state. For example, molding clay into various shapes and sizes does not give rise to formation of a new substance. Physical changes can be both reversible or irreversible in nature. For example, inflating a balloon is a reversible change whereas bursting a balloon is an irreversible change. Physical changes can be either temporary or permanent. For example, folding of paper is a temporary change while cutting of paper is a permanent change. During a physical change, none or very small amount of energy is either absorbed or evolved. Chemical changes. A chemical change occurs when two or more substances react to form a new substance with different sets of properties. When a sheet of paper is burnt, it changes into ash with release of gas. In this case, a new substance is formed which has different properties from the original substance. Such changes cannot be reversed. Thus, chemical changes are irreversible in nature. Following things can happen during a chemical change: evolution of gas, change in smell, change in color, sound is produced, evolution of heat. Such a change which results in the formation of a new substance is called a chemical change. A chemical change requires the interaction between two substances as shown above. It forms a new substance with an entirely different composition from the original substances. Burning of paper, wood, cracker or anything is also an example of a chemical change. When something is burnt, new substances, especially carbon dioxide, are formed. Once burnt, the ash of the new substance cannot be turned into the original substance. Hence, burning of anything is a chemical and irreversible change. Some other examples of chemical change: respiration. When oxygen acts on the digested food to release energy, the process is called respiration. Since heat is produced during the respiration, so it is a chemical change. Burning of a candle. When a candle burns, the wax present near the wick starts melting. Wick absorbs the liquid wax which gets vaporized due to the heat produced by the flame. When the wax vapors burn, new substances such as carbon dioxide, soot particles, water vapor, heat and light are produced. Hence, it is a chemical change. However, melting of wax is a physical change because it can again change to solid wax on cooling. Burning of wood. Wood on burning forms carbon dioxide and ash. Since ash cannot be changed back to original substance, so burning is a chemical change. Characteristics of chemical change. In chemical change, a new substance is formed. During a chemical change, evolution of gas takes place. Change in color happens during a chemical change. A chemical change is always accompanied with either absorption or evolution of heat. In many cases, change in odor also occurs in a chemical change. Sound is also produced during a chemical change. Let us now differentiate between physical and chemical changes. Table 6.1. Difference between physical and chemical changes. Physical changes. Chemical changes. Physical change is accompanied by change in shape, size or state. Chemical change is accompanied by change in color, release or absorption of heat, evolution of gas, production of sound, etc. It does not result in the formation of a new substance. It results in the formation of a new substance. Examples: inflating a balloon, dissolving sugar in water. Examples: spoiling of food and rusting off iron. Rusting of iron. In activity 6.3, we have learnt that when iron objects are kept open in the air, they get corroded. A layer of brownish flaky substance is developed over the iron objects. When this layer falls off, the surface beneath it is exposed. Again, with the action of air and water, a brownish layer is developed on the exposed surface of the iron object. This layer is called rust and the process is called rusting of iron. Iron is a useful metal which is used in making buildings, railway tracks, poles, gates, automobile parts, and so on. The process of rusting reduces the life of the iron objects. Rusting is a slow process which is irreversible in nature. Since a new substance is formed during rusting, we can say that it is a chemical change. The process of rusting can be represented by the following chemical equation. Fe plus O2 plus H2O results in Fe2O3 XH2O. Conditions for rusting. Following conditions are required for the process of rusting: presence of air, presence of water, presence of salt. Presence of air and water is must for the occurrence of rusting. However, Presence of salt is not mandatory, but its presence increases the speed of rusting. This is reason why ships rust faster than the ordinary iron objects. Let us perform an activity to understand the conditions necessary for rusting. Prevention of rusting. Some ways to prevent rusting are discussed here. Coating an iron article with paint. Applying a coat of paint on iron articles prevents their direct exposure to air and moisture. Thus, rusting is prevented. Galvanization. The process of deposition of a layer of zinc on iron objects is called galvanization. Zinc layer acts as a barrier between atmosphere and iron objects and thus prevents rusting. Electroplating. By electroplating the iron objects with such metals that do not react with air or moisture will also prevent rusting. Metals like chromium are used in electroplating of iron and the process is called chrome plating. Alloying. A homogeneous solution of two or more metals, or a metal and a nonmetal, is called an alloy. Steel is an alloy of iron and carbon, and when it is mixed with other metals such as chromium and nickel, it becomes stainless steel. Alloying of iron with other metals and nonmetals prevents the rusting process. Applying oil and grease. As water is insoluble in oil is applied over metal surface. Applying a coat of oil or grease can also cut off its contact with air and moisture, thus preventing the iron articles from getting rusted. Crystallization. Crystals are the purest solid form of a substance having a definite geometrical shape. The process by which an impure compound is converted into its crystal is known as crystallization. Common salt is obtained from sea water by the process of crystallization. Chemically, common salt is sodium chloride. Common salt is obtained by evaporating sea water. The salt, thus obtained, contains several impurities such as magnesium chloride, sand, mixed with sodium chloride. These impurities are removed from common salt through the process of crystallization. Let us understand with the help of given activity that how crystals are obtained by the process of crystallization.